Strong carry there by Sithila Nimsara.
Back.
And Vishenka Silva will look for the safety of touch. This time though the kick does have some height on it, so gives his side a chance to rush up, but they don't do so. And Yuvan Pathirana is allowed to run into some open space, but that's a lovely steal there by Janut Ratnayaka.
Back.
And now looks to rinse and repeat. Does Vishenka Silva, but still the chase is not good from St. Peter's, but Idris Farooq there, unforced error from him, knocks the ball forward, and the Peterites will have a scrum.
Yes, the Royal fly half not having one of his better days, but fortunately the chaser was in front of the kicker is the call.
Okay.
So that saves the blushes for Farooq, who will now look to find a good touch, which he has done, and gives Royal another opportunity. But again, Nathan, I'm pretty surprised by the Peterites opting to kick the ball away, isn't it? They just have the three-quarters who can get on this Royal three-quarter defense. And on a couple of occasions in consecutive rucks, the Peterites keeper deciding to go to the boot with a couple of kicks that really had nothing in it.
Yes, couldn't agree more, Abdullah. We've seen the Peterite backs have been much more lethal when they've chose to run it. And a few nothing kicks have cost the Peterites some try-scoring opportunities potentially, but the line out is not good from Nazir. And Revon Pereira has done well to turn things over. And now Senuddin Sar will look for that exit. And he does take the game line back towards that 40-meter mark. So pressure released somewhat from the Peterites, but like you said, had a few golden chances, and the scoreline could have been a lot different if they had their thinking caps on just that bit longer.
Yes, no, what a little runner Vishenka himself can be. Surprisingly deciding to go to the boot on two occasions. But fortunately for them, Royal just making a total mess of that line out. Nazir with the throw. This time Royal make no mistake. They've got a bit of confidence now, and they've got their driving maul going. This is really good by the Royal 8, something we haven't seen this season.
No.
Eventually, the Peterites managing to bring it down legally. Pathirana taking the ball up. Mohideen getting the ball out to Farooq. Pathirana. Didula Jayasuriya breaks one tackle, pops it up. Farooq just looking for an option, taking the ball up, staying on his feet really well. That's a good run by the Royal fly half. Mohideen getting the ball out to Situmina. Royal have numbers out wide. They need to stay in play. That's brilliantly done. And the Royal skipper, Amika Samarasinghe, has got his Saganamana bank try. And a critical score for Royal, you'd have to say.
Yes, that score, Abdullah, really does put the game to bed. Amika Samarasinghe, the skipper, lead in from the front, touching down for his brace. As cheers of Royal run around Bambalapiti here. But it's good the play from the Royalists. They had numbers out wide, chose to go for those looping passes, and did well there to keep the ball in play. And Amika Samarasinghe made absolutely no mistake. And Royal now 2 scores to the good here. And it's a long way back with just 13 minutes left on the clock for the Peterites.
So conversion not successful, but with about 12 minutes to go, Royal have taken a commanding lead. And the interesting part of that try was that long cutout pass. I think it was Disas Pathirana who identified the space out wide. And a wonderful inside pass. I think it was Royal's open side flanker, Senuja Ranasinghe, keeping the ball alive. So Vishenka restarts proceedings. Cleanly collected by Naqib Mohammed. He's had a real impact on this game since coming off the bench. Aman Altaf handing it over. Royal just now need to just clear their lines. Patirana getting the ball out wide.
Back.
Mohideen.
Backwards.
So this is what I think Royal don't need to do. Play far too much rugby in their own half.
This is just game management that's important from here, isn't it, Abdullah? This is how they are playing now is really giving the Peterites a sniff, but now they choose to clear their lines, and Yuan Patirana sends the game line back, but now Senuddin Sar has some open space to run into. Here's Vishenka Silva. Vishenka Silva bumping off one player, gets a lovely pass out to Shenuka Pereira, sends Didula Jayasuriya to the ground, and he's motoring towards that 22 now. So clearing their lines did not work for Royal College on that occasion, and it's given the Peterites another chance to run at the whitewash and try and stage an unlikely comeback here at Bambalapitiya. Here's Wahab now out to Mantusha. Mantusha breaks past one tackle, needs quick ball, needs support. Support arrives, albeit a little too late, and they'll have to attack from the fringes now. Here's Abhay Gunawardana. Abhay Gunawardana, Royal defense doing well to hold him up just for that bit there. Manages to get a knee to the ground, and here's Jamal Wahab, lovely step, but is brought down eventually, and the tackler hasn't rolled away, and the Peterites now have a penalty, and they'll have to go to touch from this one, won't they, Abdullah?
Yes, they will, and once again Royal guilty of not finding touch. Yuan Patirana, you'd probably expect him with his experience to have got the ball out of play, but kicking it right down the Peterite centre three-quarter, who is playing fullback today.
Senuddin Sar.
Yes.
And now the line-out collection is cleaned by the Peterites, forming that roll-in maul. Royal not putting up a real contest, but defense coming to the party in the nick of time, but Peterites still with the ball, and the ball is playable. Here's Janot Ratnayaka bursting through that first line of the Royal defense. And now here's Shiraz out to Shenuka Pereira. Shenuka Pereira bringing play towards that 5-meter line, but good pressure on him by Idris Farooq. But what a ball carrier he has been throughout today's game, Shenuka Pereira. But it's the Peterites still on the front foot. They've now straightened things up. Here's Ashaz Farooq.
No.
Right under the post now are the Peterites. Have numbers on the outside. Will they look to go out wide? Here's Jamal. Lovely step inside. Gains a meter or two for his team.
Back.
And now Ratnayaka once again with a strong carry. Patience will be key here for St. Peter's College. But they look to run it, and here's Jamal Wahab. Jamal Wahab with a sleight of hand, and he has touched down for the Amana Beg try for St. Peter's College. What a run by the young scrum half, Abdullah, and Peters inching closer to that Royal points tally.
Absolutely brilliant by Jamal Wahab for another Amana Bank try for St. Peter's, and this try has brought the Peterites right back into the game. Nothing was on, just a show and go, and having a bit too much pace for Aman Altaf, who slipped that tackle, and as a result Peterites right back in this game. Nathan, I think you're a bit too soon to call them out of it, because with the kind of runners they have in their back line, they'll always be in the game.
The kick from Pamudita is not good, so the score will remain at 27 points to 19 here, and St. Peter's College crucially still two scores behind.
Yes, that was another crucial miss by the Peterite place kicker.
Number 6.
Just been a bit off in this second half, missed a comfortable penalty and that conversion as well. So still about 6.5 minutes to go.
Number 6 off.
And the Peterites yet 2 scores away as we have a look at that try once again. Brilliant work by the Peterite scrum half.
Yes, the place kicking has been a problem throughout the season, Abdullah, for the Peterites. And even now, 5 crucial points have gone begging due to some missed kicks and some relatively simple kicks as well. And game would have been a lot closer had those gone through. And off the restart, tempers flaring here. Royalists are not happy, but it's St. Peter's that come away with the penalty. Time off call by the referee as well. Would be interesting to see a replay of that phase there. Looks in a bit of discomfort, does Hashara Madugaske. And we'll have a listen as the AR
TMO.
recommends TMO
Last play
review.
none.
And with just 5 minutes left on the clock, Abdullah, a card here would really spice things up. But we'll have a watch.
TI.
It's
no, ඒක නැමෙන හින්දා නැත්තම් ඒක රෙඩ් කාඩ් එකක් මිටිගේට් කරලා yellow කාඩ් එකට යනවා බෝල් කැරිය Thank you.
yes, it's Simek who has been shown the yellow card,
Time back on.
and now Royal will need to manage the next 5 minutes or so with 14 men. They're sure making it hard for themselves, Nathan, in this game. They had an opportunities to just close it out, but a mix of the brilliance of the Peterites' backs as well as some indiscretions by Royal themselves have brought, or rather keeping the Peterites in the game.
It's just 5 minutes left on the clock. And that sets up quite an intense last 5 minutes. The Peterites with a man to the good, but they'll need to find the whitewash, and they'll need to find it quickly. Wouldn't want to waste too much time here. And just as I say, that possession has been turned over by Royal College. And some of that pressure that was built in slowly but surely as Peterites have undone themselves.
No.
And now another opportunity for Royal to just see this game off, but instead choosing to go to their backs. Here's Didula Jayasurya cutting back inside, breaks past a couple of tackles and brings play to that edge of that 22-meter line. And now Royal just need to run the clock down here, Abdullah. But why run down the clock when you have a strong carrier like Naqib Mohammad in your side? Penalty advantage coming their way as well as Patirana puts in the grubber. But the ball just has gone out. And we'll come back for that penalty.
Yes, that's really good work by Royal, you'd have to say. So Royal will now just need to manage the last few moments of this game. That was a crucial penalty for them to win. The Peterite defensive line adjudicated as offside. And Idris Farooq will just put this into touch. Royal, there's no doubt, will just form that maul. It's been a really good performance by Royal in this second half in particular. Patirana knew that the advantage was there, so just tried the kick ahead like he has done on many occasions. So big line out here for Royal. Nazir with the throw.
Yes, just 2.5 minutes left on referee Shankar's clock. Crucial line out coming here for Royal, and I think Peters would have done a lot better to contest that Abdullah.
Down.
And we'll have to
No, going off it.
And Revon Pereira, another strong carry. Pete right forwards, really giving it their all in these final few moments. And now to the backs they go. Here's Wahab to Mantusha. Mantusha twisting past a couple of players. Visheka Silva has touched down for the Amana Bank try. The skipper for the Pete Rights, finding the score when it matters most. And we have a 3-point game on our hands here at Bambalapitia with just 2 minutes or so left on the clock. We'll have a look at that replay, and yes, just managed to get the ball down, did Vishenka Silva there.
Ivarai.
Well, what we're hearing is the referee says time's up on the clock. And the conversion is over, but it doesn't matter because Royal have pulled this game off. 27 points to 24. And we have to come for that conversation for the man of the match. There are some brilliant performances. Royal skipper Amika Samarasinga was good on a couple of occasions. But for me, one player who came off the bench today in that second half and made a really big impact was Naqib Mohammed. I thought he carried extremely well, put in the shift in defense as well. And as a result, Naqib Mohammed would be my man of the match. Nathan, for your views.
Yes, hard to disagree with you there, Abdullah. Naqib Mohammed came off the bench. Yes, the backs did run a few good moves, but it was in the forwards where this game was won, Abdullah. That's where St. Peter's won in that first half, and that's what Royal did so well in that second half. So it's hard to disagree with you there, and Naqib Mohammed will be a Swiss Tech a perfect player of the match, but take nothing away from that man that's been carried on his teammates' shoulders. Amika Samarasinghe has led Royal to a victory here at Bambalapitia, and they have their hands on this trophy after 7 long years. It's been a long time coming for the Royalists, but they will celebrate. And what this means for the league is St. Peter's College are all but mathematically out of it. As you see, crestfallen Pete Wright players there. But they were guilty of missing a few chances of their own and letting this game slip away.
Yes, I thought that first 15 minutes after half-time was where Royal actually won this game. The Peterites, I thought he had the better of the game in the first half, but just those 15 minutes when Royal were actually down to 14 players with Yoshida Situmina on the bench, that's when Royal really lifted themselves and really put in a good performance. They almost made it very hard upon themselves, but Royal just hung in there in the end to pull off a memorable but close 27 points to 24 victory.
Yes, and something interesting to notice, Abdullah, place kicking has been under scrutiny. Had those place kicks been made, St. Peter's might have just edged ahead as we have a look at the second half highlights. Like you said, that first 15 to 20 minutes surge from the Royalists when they were under the pump really did well to shift the momentum and achieve parity. And after that, once Situmina came back on, couple of tries from Amika Samarasinghe really put the game to bed. St. Peter's had a couple of tries on their own, courtesy Jamal Wahab and Vishenka Silva. If we take a look at Wahab there, the Peterite backs too did come to the party, but this game was won and lost in the forwards department, Abdullah.
Yes, like most games, that is the case. But Royal managing to get a bonus point try, and St. Peter's, as a result of getting their 4 tries, as well as losing within that 7-point margin, will get 2 bonus points, but you'd have to say that's scant consolation for the Peterites. 4 tries apiece, 2 conversions apiece, 1 penalty being slotted over, which proved to be the difference, and a perfect player of the match, the Swiss Tech perfect player of the match rather, Royals replacement hooker Naqib Mohammed, who I thought came off the bench and had a real impact on today's match.
Yes, definitely, Abdullah. As we'll take a look at next week's games, Kingswood College taking on Ananda College and Dharmaraja taking on Thurston College on Friday, and on Saturday another Super Saturday on the Papare, Royal versus Wesley at the Complex, Trinity versus Patana at Pallekele, and St. Thomas's versus St. Peter's at the Big Club grounds. That's a fixture being played after 3 years for the Archibald Pereira Trophy. And then Zaira College taking on St. Joseph's College, St. Anthony's locking horns with Vidyartha, Mahanama College locking horns with Science College, and the solitary game next Sunday as a DS take on Sri Sumangala at the Trinity College grounds in Pallekele. And with that, folks, we'll bring an end to our coverage of this intense clash between Royal College and St. Peter's College. And that's it from us here from Bambalapitia, and on behalf of the entire technical and production team for the Papare, this is myself, Nathan Coggins, and Abdullah Yusuf signing off. Catch you again next week.